always like to give myself side-by-side comparisons with other Mikote in-game, whether it's an NPC or if it's a playable character, and so I had to do a side-by-side comparison to myself against Ishtola. And yeah, Rika is taller than Ishtola as well, so it's hard to believe that Rika is taller than both Ishtola and Graha, who isn't in this patch, at least not yet, but and I haven't seen past the dungeons, so I really don't know what we're going to be seeing next, but suffice it to say, it's quite hilarious to know that such a thing like that exists. So, why do you say we continue on here, because Varshan's here on important business after all. Let's go ahead and speak with him to take on our next main story quest for patch 6.2, entitled Shadowed Remnants. Varshan wears a look of quiet determination. So let's gather together. The warding scale exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whither now? I would sense Ashdaya were she remotely near, but there is nothing. Uh-oh. Might you not call to her? Let her know that you have come. Alas, this vessel is not capable of coming across vast distances. For that, I require my true form. Yeah, I don't think we're necessarily in a position to go back and get it. And even if it were possible, a dragon's call is born upon ether. 'Tis liable to draw more void sent to us. I see. Which brings us over to Ishtola. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we are confronted this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. An understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well. Let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. I'm ready when you are. Let's all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We reconvene afterwards. Okay then. Let's do it. So for this part, you're not actually required to be dressed for battle. You can actually dress casually in this area because you won't get attacked by anything. Yeah, we gotta go essentially back the way we came and speak with 4 different void scents. Starting with this feral void scent, who's only interested in growling. Hey, do you speak English? Apparently not. The creature snarls and glares at you. It is unlikely that you will learn anything from it. Then we conveniently over here have this watchful void scent, as Varshan is trying to get the attention of that one. Hello there. What enticing ether you have. Give me some. Give me some. And Rika's like, no. If only I was stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine. I'll find someone else to eat. While able to communicate, this one seems to only think of feeding. Better to take your inquiries elsewhere and me to get a drink of water real quick. Alright, I got my drink of water. Let's hope it lasts me to the end of the episode. Onward we go. We have 2 void sent over here. One forlorn and one fearful. Let's see what you're about. Excuse me. Is there a half-person, half-spider, or Miss half-person, half-spider? The mistress's eyes are beauteous, sublime, to bask in a gaze is bliss. But now she's gone, never again will I feel her gaze. No mistress, no orders, what am I to do now? What am I to do now? She's like, I don't know. The creature mutters endlessly to itself, not sparing you so much as a glance. And what about this fearful void scent? Or should I be fearful of it? You are holding a soaring shield after all. I serve, I obey, please don't eat me. I don't want to do that. A dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know about anything. But the one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in the dungeon, but clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. You learned all you can from this void scent. If you look in the dungeon, you may be able to find the clever one it mentioned. So yeah, it wants us to go back through the dungeon. So we'll actually have to go back. Well, we have to go back over here first, but then once we do that, we have to retrace our steps and cover the entire length of the field to get back to the start of the dungeon. So once we go and chill out over here, we have to reconvene with our friends first. Hello, everyone. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rung void scent tend to have lower intelligence, it would seem. A pity Scarmelion is dead. He was talkative at least. What's with you? Well, I actually found out something important. And here's what you need to know about it. A clever void scent in the dungeon. That will be the area in which we emerged. Let's take ourselves back there and find this void scent, preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. Yeah, look at the determination on her face, and on mine. To the dungeon then. So as they all hustle back, we shall proceed to do the same. So yeah, for whatever reason they don't take us back to the beginning of the dungeon. We have to make our way all the way back there. So I will be back in a moment and reconvene back with you at the start of the dungeon. Okay, so we made it back to the start of the dungeon. As you can see, we're pretty much right there. And so we ultimately ended up at this particular spot. So if this thing is something we need to actually combat, we need to be prepared. So got Rika dressed in battle gear again, and we're ready to go on inside and see what it's in here. And so upon our arrival, what have we discovered? Yeah, quite a creepy thing. It even has a black halo on it. Yeah, we're looking at you. Hi there.
You are the friend.
I beg your pardon? Suddenly, yeah. This is actually someone who's familiar. You're bound to Xenos, or didn't you fade away when Xenos fell? Well, of course, he's still alive, isn't he?
Xenos? The disgraced prince you yourself laid low?
We still are, the jury's still out on that.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald. When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
But is Xenos actually dead, though?
Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
That's what he claims. And we want to get a closer look. In fact, I think we might be getting too close. Are we about to have a standoff? Oh, it seems like we're putting our weapons away. Let me have a look at you. And then something is glowing. It's Hydaelyn's crystal.
Is that Hydaelyn's crystal?
I said it first. Yeah, look what's happening here. Apparently, in your presence, it's taking away the dark smoke that's coming off of you. And it even changed how you look completely. Wow. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? 'Cause I sure didn't. In fact, you look rather human. Yeah, it's a cross between
But
a bard
how?
and a reaper. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the void-sent servants of Reapers.
Well, that's this game's definition of them.
In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional in art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement.
I see.
My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Well, at least you have an understanding of what happened.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Looks like it.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Do you have a name?
Indeed. It doesn't.
Because we don't get that answer yet.
Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
Well, she was
In
bound to
this world,
Xenos.
only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being.
I
And
guess
though
we've
it was
proven
as an
ourselves.
avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, put it away.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
Friends don't try to kill each other. Yeah, strictly speaking, I'm insert name here. Whatever your Xenos said, I wasn't his friend, or not to you, at least not yet. Yeah, whatever Xenos may have said, I wasn't his friend. I don't carry him in those terms.
So, you're not a friend?
Nope.
Then... what is it? What is a friend?
You mean you don't know? Well, I guess under Xenos' twisted definition. You know, so she's just walking on out. She's been given a lot to consider, especially since her original form has been restored. I guess we're just gonna chase after her then? Shtola's like, I'm not making sense of this. Well, you weren't there, of course, at the final battle. So as we leave... yeah, they always have something happen here in these situations. Who or what has been watching us the entire time? Who or what has been watching us the entire time? And what will they intend to do to us? Ishtola has the final word on this quest. As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from other Void Sent, at least those we've met, and the change we witnessed, I suspect, is due to your crystal purging the excess darkness in her. Yeah, well, is there enough of that sort of thing to cover every Void Sent here? Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself, about her world. We'll do so after taking 1,087 gil and a choice of food. Either some scallop salad, beef stroganoff, peach juice, or a Psychon cookie. And so, since this is best suited for me, being a DPS, I will take the beef stroganoff. And then Xenos gets added to the Unending Codex, as much as we don't want to, and even Fane Daniel gets his name on here, as well as the Asians. Yeah, that Unending Codex just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But it's the Dark Road Voidsent who gives us the next quest, so let's go ahead and speak with her for the next quest entitled Where Everything Begins. The Dark-Robed Voidsent regards you questioningly. You learn a new word every day in this game. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We were looking for a Voidsent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world and know little and less of its workings and ways. We would be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? Well, not what Xenos did to you, that's for sure. Yeah, this is going to be a new custom to us, especially for Barshan. Voidsent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Voidsent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Not not all of it, mind you. I still need more of my life. Very well. I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. If we are to talk about the Void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Alright. Yeah. Is Stola gonna end up giving too much ether accidentally and turning into something that fans of her did not want to see her as? Well, we gotta go all the way back now. Seems like we're gonna be covering this place a lot, because, yeah, you'll see as you go by, there are a lot of the Voidsent that you can actually interact with. We're gonna head back on outside and look at the castle again. Alright, I've got more water now, let's try this again. Let's speak with the Voidsents. And gaze into the sky
This is
while
where
we
I
do it.
belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
That's what they called it.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
Oh, I imagine it would be.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, Voidsent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat Voidsent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction.
And that's why we have floating islands now.
And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb.
Oh, jeez.
As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry.
I don't think that's what we're trying to do, right? We are trying to get information.
I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
Yeah.
As we say mortal, you may call me void sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
If she even has one.
And call me what you will. I care not.
Now what do we come up with? Still mulling it over.
How about 0?
0, huh? So, where's X?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0, then.
Alright. Here's to a fruitful partnership, or I think it's a nice name. Yeah, well, given its lore and video game history, but yeah. Here's to a fruitful partnership.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Not like what Xenos did, no. No. Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding.
While there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
Well, it doesn't look like we'll get a chance. Yeah, that's something that's still watching us. Be on your guard.
Did you say something?
No?
No. Ellison, don't talk like that.
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
Well, I guess we'll find out in due time. Let's continue on with Varshan. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Yeah. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. I'm done with that. The throne room is defensible, given few points of ingress. Let us head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. Okay, you shall have it as soon as we've arrived. Then let's go. Alright, we're off.